Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, whichever it may be. This is episode 4. My name is Christian Hoyle. I am an entrepreneur, a coach, a teacher, a parent, and a bloody good friend. So we still don't have a name, but we're still rolling. We're still not editing. And I'm still doing this as soon as I get out of my cold shower. So whatever the time may be. There is actually a clock behind me. I don't ever show that. And most of the time this is going to be audio. So why would it even matter? And it wouldn't even matter that I've had my hair cut. Whenever I have my hair cut, like, because I'm greying, I love getting the hair cut the sides. Like the sides for some reason bother me the most. Don't know if you'll be bothered. Excited today. So I'm off filming for my YouTube channel today, which is Christian Hoyle. And I'm going to Appleby Horse Fair, and it's actually Appleby Horse Fair that made my YouTube channel be monetized, so I get paid every year, not lots. Hopefully it will become lots because more people will watch my stuff, because I think some of it's pretty, the horse fair is definitely interesting. So there's loads of controversy around it. So I'm not here to talk about that. You can watch it in the videos and stuff. But one of the things that sticks out for me was why I never went to Appleby Horse Fair. Appleby Horse Fair is the travellers and gypsy community get together once a year. This is the mainline event for them. So I never went because I was scared. And it's interesting scared, isn't it? Like, to be a man, a big man, 6'3" man, good weight, goes to the gym, to admit that sometimes I'm scared. And I used to think my ego would be like, I'm scared of nothing. I used to also say I don't get nervous. And I do actually, I'm a little bit nervous today because I'm pushing it up a little bit today. But think of all the things that you haven't done because you were too scared to do it. And you think when you get to the end, you look back at the things that you wish you'd done or glad that things you did. And everything that you were scared of that stopped you being who you wanted to be, stopped you going to the places you wanted to go, stopped you having the ambitions you have because you were a little bit scared. And think about all them. And mine was, I'm not going to Appleby Horse Fair. Then one Friday night I was with some of my friends and I went, what are you doing tomorrow, Steve? Steve's this really cool guy. I'm actually away this weekend on a cycling trip with Steve. Don't want to say his second name, but we call him Dad. He's like Dad to us all. We're all calling him Dad. I think he's 60 now. He's our dad, but people's dad who's 65. So, but anyway, I go, where are you going, Steve? He says, I'm going to Appleby Horse Fair. To that point, I said to him, wow, I've been too scared to go. And he went, it's absolutely brilliant. And from just him saying that, I thought, if Steve can go, I can go. I'll give you another account of that, actually. So I went to Appleby Horse Fair. Another one was when I lived in Manchester. I used to go to Berry Baths every weekend. And I'd climb up to the top of the diving board. I'd look down and I'd think, I'd bottle it every time. And then one day, I was just watching the pool. And I watched this girl, younger than, smaller than me. At the time, I was probably about 7. She just walked up the first set, up the second set, up the third set, because it was a 3rd-story diving thing. She just went straight to the top. She dived off. So at that point, I thought, all right, she's doing it. So I just went straight up there, and I just jumped straight off. Because remember, what is fear? Fear is something you make up yourself. Scared is something you make up yourself. And sometimes when you overcome that, that's where the greatest victories have come. So think about your own life. What are you scared of? What is it to be? I was going to finish on that, but I don't know whether this is no, I'm not going to finish it. I want to finish on what I'm finishing off. So just been listening to a podcast. The reason why I'm doing a podcast is I love them. I think they're what make me. I used to read hundreds of self-development books, and now I mainly do podcasts. Today there was a guy on from the SAS. Loving it, I was. But I love one of the things. I've got I think this will help the whole of life, and I think the military is a great example of it. He made the example of, in the military, you're told, you don't need to worry about you, but what you need to do is you worry about everyone else in your troop. So at first, he was saying that's hard to come at first because you've always looked out for you. But then you come to the focus of, right, if all you need to do is worry about everyone else, because ultimately they're there to sort you. So you don't think about you think about everyone else around you. So that troop becomes complete as one consciousness together. I thought that was great because my thing of that's family. And family often becomes friends because I don't have a huge, my family's dead interesting because my main family's now is actually with my ex-wife. She is my family and her family. And it's like, people can never understand that, but she's someone who's never given in on me and always backed me and believed in me. I can never, ever turn that down. I'm blessed and lucky to have that in my life and I'll continue that forever. But my other analogy of life is, imagine if in your life, I always think this, people want me to sort everything out. Like, why are you not concentrating? Why are you not bothered about this? Because I don't watch the news. And I have this philosophy, I promise I will sort everything that happens in front of my eyes. If I see someone not looking too good, someone needs help, someone needs support, even if I don't know them, they're getting it. And everywhere I go, I give it, honestly, like so much. I can't tell you how much. Like, there's a famous there's a famous guy who's now a motivational speaker. And the why he did that is because he jumped off San Francisco Bridge. I'm not going to tell the whole story because we're on a short podcast. But one of the things what he said, when I was on the way there on the bus, if anyone would have said to me, "Are you okay?" And I said, and I wouldn't have jumped. And I remember watching that in the morning. It made me cry because I would never not say, "Are you okay?" I'd say it to everyone. So if all of us, right, in our life, just did everyone around us, every community, every town, every village, you did all the people around you, the world would be all right. You wouldn't have to worry about you because everyone else is worried about sorting you. Imagine that. That'd be amazing. That's why I always love the military. I do love the military, how they work as a team and whatnot. Next one, it made me think of what popped up because he was talking about, the military guy was saying about anger, that you never use anger on the battlefield because when you're angry, you don't make any sense and you make stupid decisions, and the anger makes the decisions rather than the conscious you, the machine inside you. That really interested me because anger, like, what I wanted to say was, how many times have you been mad at someone else? Someone else has done something to you, you're angry about it. And you're angry quite a lot about it. I've had it. Someone wronged me more than anyone's ever wronged me. And I had to stop being angry about him because every time I was on, it's funny enough, I was on my dog walk. I'm walking on my dog walk and I'm getting really angry about this guy. And then when I got really angry, that upset me, made me feel terrible, made me feel tension, made me feel all the things that come with anger. I felt horrible, like a horrible, no laughter, no joy, no fun, no anything. And then you remember, they don't even know. That's what's happening with you. I've just realised now, this is going to ruin my audio, but I took some out yesterday. I'm going to put it back in now. Oh no. Oh no. But we don't do an edit. I've been speaking into my mouth. Sorry, we don't do an edit, so this is going to be annoying for someone, but I'm sorry. This is what happens when you're imperfect. I didn't do an edit. Oh, it might even be on. This is going to be even worse. The volume might be on none. This might be my first episode that doesn't happen. But like I said, I'm not going to do every week anyway. Let's move on. But yeah, all them times that you've been mad and angry with someone, they don't even know it. And if you're someone who, like, without you knowing it, what you're doing is you're giving them your peace. And you give someone your peace, what are you? You know, they don't even know they've won. So this person's wrong you, they're out of order. They don't know you're walking around with the hate and anger that they've given you because then they've won every time. Because when you feel hate and anger, you don't feel good. You don't have joy in you. It's not something that makes you feel like at the top of your game. So you're giving someone that part of you without even knowing that they're giving it you. I just found that so interesting in my life that I've learned because I've been angry. You know, how I've grown up in my circumstances. Often it was an angry thing. So yeah, second one, moving on. The power of failure, right? I was thinking this the other day. Like, I've failed so many times, I'm not scared of doing it. And that comes to being frightened because, so I've met someone now and I really like her. And if everything else had worked before, all these that big thing didn't happen to me and all this other stuff, none of the things that are happening now would be happening. So is it all a master plan that we're missing out? And when it's all failing, is it all falling into place? Think of it like that. It's difficult at the time, but I was just thinking that if everything would have been perfect, then now would have been no more. I would have been living a different life, but would it have been as happy? And I feel really happy at the minute. I've not got quite as many things as I had before, but happiness is prevalence of life, and that is everything to me. So that yeah, that was so important to me. It's the first time I'm going to hit the 10 minutes. So I feel like I'm like squashing it in now, and he might not even hear it anyway. So who cares? So I'll finish on this one. So 19 years ago, my mum died. I loved my mum. I was very special. I was loved. I had a great life. You know, a bit difficult. I could talk about that later, but not by my mum. And she found out she had cancer. Pain in the back to death was 5 weeks. Straight away, we'd never told each other we loved each other, and we never hugged. On the first day, we hugged and told each other we loved each other, and we never ever stopped doing it until she died. And it's something I know that my mum regretted it, and I regretted it. That it's just a habit, and because we don't do it, and we always haven't done it, doesn't mean that we can't. So I'd like to think you can. If you want to get hold of me, it's mindsetmentor.co.uk. I've got to go because I said 10 minutes. You have a great day.